Hey YouTube world, I am back with another video, and as we are wrapping up 2023, I know there are a lot of videos, a lot of people who really sit down at the end of the year and start planning for 2024, whether it's creating themes or things that you want to achieve in 2024. Personally, that is not something I do. I do not do goal planning. I don't have New Year's resolutions. Yes, I have tried those before and it just never worked out for me. So let me just kind of tell you why, as well as show you my Louis Vuitton agenda and what I actually use for this particular notebook. And it's not for goal planning. Let's just kind of get right into it. So I'm going to break it down into three different categories that I'm going to be focusing on. Of course, there's going to be luxury items involved and how my spending habits are going to evolve, etc. And again, everything I say here is just what works for me. If you're a goal planner, please continue to do so. I'm sure it does work, but it just doesn't work for me. Number one, goal setting, planning, etc. I don't do that. Number two, models and systems I live by. And number three, to-do lists, right? So let's get into the first one. Why do I not do goal planning? I don't create wish lists because I buy every day. I was talking to another lady and she's like, I buy every day. And I never really thought about that. I was just like, oh, so do I. I buy every day. If it's a good price, I'm going to buy it. A lot of the things I buy in the wish list, there's perpetual wish lists, but they're always evolving. They come in and out. So I don't foresee, never say never, but I don't foresee ever doing a wish list of 2024 or a wish list. What did I achieve in 2023? That was part of my wish list and I have checked off the box. Like, no. My taste and interest of luxury items or bags in general is always evolving. Things are releasing. I'm looking back at oldies and goodies and everything. That's just not something I do. And a lot of things I buy that I have my quote unquote eye on is dictated by price. What can I see out there that is within a price that I'm willing to pay? You know, whether it's luxury, whether it's, day-to-day items, it's like, I think I could get a better price on that, so I won't buy it. But a lot of the wish list items, I feel like for me to purchase on a daily basis or whatever is dictated by price. So let's just say I wanted the Lady Dior and I know they are retail for $6,400 or whatever it is. Just because that Lady Dior is on my wish list doesn't mean I'm going to get it for 2023 or 2024. If it's not a price I want to pay, then I am not going to check off the box saying, yes, that was part of my goal in 2024, so I have to purchase it. That is not the case at all. I am happy to forego buying something that I was part of my wish list, but again, I'm going around in circles. This is why I do not have wish lists, so to speak. So I don't create in my personal life specific numeric goals for my personal life. I work in sales. A goal is already given to me. So I don't need another goal that I set for myself every single year. And also another reason why I don't set goals is because once you hit that goal, and then what, right? I was just Googling, doing some research before I put together this video, and there was a TED Talk by this NFL player, and he puts it really well together. Obviously, this is why he's on stage and I'm not, right? And I agree with a lot of what he's saying. So I'll link that video down below so that you can check it out. But if you set a goal, it's basically just putting yourself in a box, right? And sometimes having that goal and you're so driven to reaching that goal, it could destroy you, right? So that's why I don't like to set specific goals. Like I have to work out 5 times a week. I have to work out two times a week. I can only eat carbs, twice a week or whatever it is, right? Like that is not realistic to me. I'm also I would pride myself a little bit for being very self-aware. What I can do and what I cannot do. What is realistic versus not realistic. This is also why I don't do diets, right? I've done diets before. I tried keto once with my friend. It was the most miserable 2 or 3 weeks. And it's just like, it's not realistic. I like carbs. Now, do I need to eat all carbs? No. Should I limit myself with how much I eat when it comes to carbs? Yes. But cutting out carbs is not sustainable in my life. So that's why I don't do it. Vision boards. That is also something I don't do, right? Like goal setting, vision boards. There was this girl at my office when I still went into the office. Every time I print out stuff for work, I go over there and all of a sudden there's like goal setting for the week, goal setting for the month, and these really pretty pictures that it comes with like a little template. I'm just like, really? I kind of make fun of those. To me, I feel like they're very foo-foo. For me, also, for me to sit down and actually spend time writing out specific goals for the week and really have to think about it, to me, that's a waste of time. Trying to figure out what is a realistic goal versus not a realistic goal and what I want to do, that's just another task for me to do. And that's why I don't do it. Vision boards. I don't know. I just can't bring myself to do it. Like spending the time to go find in magazines and cut it out, or online and cut it out and putting it on a vision board. I think it's a fun activity for girls to do when they get together. Imagine a bunch of dudes like getting together and doing vision boards. It's a chick thing to do. I get it. It's fun and having a good conversation and seeing what people put on their vision boards, but to me that's like a very high schooler thing to do. I'm in my 30s. It's not something I feel like doing, right? If you're in your 30s and you don't really have a vision, maybe it's time to really sit down and think about it on a regular basis instead of sitting it with a bunch of girlfriends and having a vision board. That's just my mentality. That's, you're spending more time trying to find the picture or printing it out and cutting it arts and craft, and then what is it going to do? sit in your room, right? I don't know. That's just not my personality. And if you haven't noticed by now, I am very practical. I am very straightforward. Let's not waste any time. Let's do things efficiently. And that to me is just not a very efficient thing to do. The second core category, instead, I create systems and models I live by. Number one, just get it done. Get it done and out of the way. If someone asks you to do something at work, or if somebody asks you to do something at home, like a chore, like you need to do laundry, put away the dishes, just get it done. Get it done and out of the way so that you don't have to think about it and spend time trying to remember what you have to do. Number two, treat everything with a sense of urgency. Kind of ties back to number one, just get it done, right? But treat everything like with a sense of urgency. Instead of planning for something, instead of coming back to it, again, you just treat everything with a sense of urgency. Gotta go pick up the kids, gotta go get the dogs, gotta make food and meal prep or whatever it is. Just when people, again, this translates to my personality. If people treat what you're asking them with a sense of urgency, it translates to a lot of things. You have respect for them to make it a priority. You don't waste any time. You get it done. Again, number one and two, I feel like goes hand in hand. When you treat everything with a sense of urgency, yes, from time to time, you need to slow down and just chill out. My boyfriend has said to me, like, will you please just sit down and chill out? But for me, it's just like, if I treat everything with a sense of urgency and just get it done, I can actually relax 100% once I'm done with all those tasks. So again, going back to creating goals and whatnot, right? Like if I just get it done, then I wouldn't have to create that goal, if that makes any sense at all. You probably can really tell, like, this is complete structured chaos in my head. So number three, I am a true believer in 10 minutes of planning saves you 2 hours of time and stress. I don't do goal planning, but I do a lot of actual planning. If I'm going somewhere, if I am trying to schedule the dogs to get a bath, like, hey, they just got a bath today. I know I've got a trip coming up, or maybe I've got friends staying over. I should schedule a grooming for my 2 dogs so they don't stink up the house. For my guests, I plan it 3 weeks from now and just get it scheduled. I also do a lot of to-do lists. I create a lot of to-do lists, like daily to-do lists or monthly to-do lists. They're not exactly goals, right? They're just tasks that you need to get off. You're probably thinking I'm insane, but if I went on a purchase for binge, I would have basically a notepad. Things that I know are arriving. So taking a look at this madness here, I've got my Cure mask, my Jenny Bird, my, Glossier. I went on a shopping binge so I can keep track of when everything is supposed to arrive. I would put the tracking number instead of, if it doesn't arrive, I need to check back on it, right? This is the kind of list I create, right? Another thing is I create with little Post-its. I've got little Post-its everywhere just so I don't miss out on any deals. But I wrote down, make a plan. I got these for free. I wouldn't spend money on these, but Like Amex. I know Amex has, you know, if you spend $100 at Bloomingdale's, you get $20 off. Or if you go to Lululemon, you spend $100, you get $20 off. And I write down like expiration dates so I don't miss out on any of the coupons or any of the credit card deals that comes with. These are the crazy lists that I make. And so your typical do the laundry, take the dogs out, or go pick up the kids, or return this, right? Like I have little random notepads that just basically tells me what the deals are, what cash back you get. And those are the kind of lists I create. So I use these little notepads, little post-it notes to remind myself to check for certain deals that I'm purchasing, especially when it comes to luxury, right? So I don't miss out. So if I don't do goal setting, you're probably thinking like, why do you need a Louis Vuitton, a really expensive Louis Vuitton planner, right? So before I filmed this video, I also thought that I was going to buy a planner for 2024. And I got this off of Amazon. And I think this one's actually really great. If you are a planner and you like having agendas where you keep track of what to do on a specific day. When I bought this, I thought it was great because it's not just little squares that you fill in, but it actually gives you enough room to write down. I have bigger handwriting. Maybe that's not a problem for you, but you can actually fill everything out with enough space for specific days. So I'm actually going to return this. And when I purchased this, I realized that this is not me. I can't handle another agenda where I have to keep track and actually write things down. Instead, like most people, I live and die by my Google Calendar. If that disappeared for whatever reason, I would be lost. I put everything in there as times, dates, tasks, reminders. I also have a shared Google Calendar with my boyfriend so that if there are any intercepting kind of travel that we're doing, like work travel, or he's going out with his friends like boys weekend, or he's going to a track or whatever it is, we have to make sure we put it in there as a shared Google Calendar. And I need to have access to my calendar at all times so that if I need to make a informed decision right away, I have access to that. And this is just not going to work out because this is not something I bring with me everywhere, right? So for having a desk agenda with, you know, a calendar, a planner that's at home, it's no good to me. And I thought I was going to be one of those people like, oh yeah, I'm going to start writing down all of the things I'm going to do for each specific day. I was like, no, be real with yourself. This is just going to sit there unused. So this is going back. But if you think you like this, I'll make sure to link this down below for you. So instead, I actually bought these dividers and they're actually really cute. I'm not going to use all of them, but I thought these were really cute. And it says, hello. And you can, again, see my structured chaos. I won't show you all of my notes, but as a YouTuber, I did purchase this GM, I guess that's the largest version from Louis Vuitton. I've looked for a lot of agendas out there. And yes, you saw me unbox the Mulberry one. As much as I love that one, I never used it. It's still brand new sitting in this box and I'm trying to let that one go. So if you're interested, let me know. But the Mulberry agenda is too small. My handwriting is way too big. So that didn't quite work out, even though I love the structure of it. It's really cute, the color of it, but I needed something big like this. And I was trying to avoid buying the Louis Vuitton one because I feel like that's so basic. Everybody has it. But looking out there, this is the best option, hands down. So my friend was visiting Spain, and I knew he was visiting Spain. So on his last day, I was like, I want a Louis Vuitton agenda. Can you stop by the store and get it for me? Because it's like $1,000 here, maybe a little over with taxes. Because of the VAT refund and the currency exchange, he was able to get this for me for $600. You save like $500, $400 to $500 just by purchasing this over in Europe. So any case, I was really happy he got this for me. And what I use for this particular agenda, first of all, I have all of the name cards, what do you call these? Business cards from all of the essays I have worked with or want to keep their contact information handy. I also keep like random receipts that I purchase over, you know, for luxury items that I want to make sure I don't lose. I kind of just keep it tucked in this folder here. And then of course, any documents that I need will also go in this. It's kind of like a dumping ground, right? Just keep all of my things organized. Like how on the back, there is more compartments for you to put stuff and keep safe here. So I just keep a bunch of different notes, to keep it safe in here. I'm pretty simple and straightforward. I don't have a lot of fancy organizers that goes in here. I really would just break it down into this, and you can actually do the same thing, right? And you can see a little bit, like I said, the structure chaos that goes in my life and how I use my agenda. So you can see I scribble a lot of things. You don't have to look at all my notes, but recently I talked about the Farfetch being sold for $500 million. These are my notes, and this is what I use to jot down my video ideas and video notes that I need to reference. And then once I'm done, I take this piece out. And then I use the second tab here, right there. And then I move it to the completed section. Should I be keeping these? Maybe, because I want to reference, maybe certain notes that I have done, within future videos or whatever. So I do keep my notes. So I just move it to the front section where these are completed videos and completed ideas that I have already done. And then, certain things I would continue to write down other video ideas, but I'm not ready to do the video just yet. I still keep it in this front portion of it and the second portion of it. And then the front portions are what is considered quote unquote completed. I know some YouTubers out there would have like specific days that they schedule certain videos, but for me, that's not something I would do because I change my mind quite often, and whatever idea that is relevant or current, I would just upload the video and do that video first. All right, so I found it. This is basically, again, don't look at my chicken scratch here, but this is a list of all of the videos that I have wanted to upload and the different ideas, and there's crossing out of the dates and then scheduling it out or moving it up. There's a lot of flexibility when it comes to the topics that I want to do, and of course any ideas that you guys give me, I put it on this particular list as well. That is another thing that I wanted to point out, is why I wanted the 6-ring binder, because originally I had a regular notebook and I realized that I keep moving these pages around and I need that flexibility. Same thing in my life, right? I need a lot of flexibility, and of course, setting a goal of doing 10 videos or 3 videos or 5 videos or whatever a month or a week, that can change, right? So I don't really set goals for myself other than just allowing that flexibility in your life to move things around, because nothing is static, right? So that's another reason why I decided to purchase this one, because it's got the 6-ring binder or a ring so that you can move your pages around, and when videos come up, it just really works for me. My biggest pet peeve with this particular agenda is that it gets stuck. So you can see, I wish the rings were a little bit smaller. I understand they want to create it for capacity, but sometimes if I decided I'm working on this particular page, I decide to close it, it becomes like this, right? So if the rings were a little bit smaller, you wouldn't come into that issue, right? So now I have to go back and make sure I close this and flip this over to its side and then close it. Is it the worst thing in the world? Probably not, but something to keep in mind of if you are looking to purchase this Louis Vuitton agenda. So I hope that this rambling video was helpful to you and give you some ideas as you are getting bombarded by YouTube, talking about goal setting, talking about New Year's resolutions and all of that. Like, you don't really necessarily have to do that, right? Just give you some ideas on how to create system, how to create, models in your life to live by that is actually sustainable, instead of creating New Year's resolutions that you are probably not going to adhere to, right? That's just me. I'm a practical person, so I know realistically that it's not something I'm going to do for myself. So life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see you all next time.